Today's flight and test of the quad was I put some vibration dampening on the camera, and I wanted to see if I got rid of the jello. So I basically flew the same automated flight as yesterday, and I had set up my transmitter for a 5-minute alarm, and I wanted to bring it out of the sky at that time and instead of dropping it like I did yesterday. Basically, wind wasn't really bad at this time of the day. It was before noon. Wind was, I would almost say, nothing. The jello itself seems to be gone, but there's a lot of shaking of the platform and stuff. I don't think it's associated with wind. I don't have a anemometer, so I can't tell you 100% sure. I need a handheld anemometer. I had velcroed some Dubro foam to the pan and tilt, and then velcroed the GoPro Mobius camera to that, and that's it. No tie wraps, no nothing. And I used the thick Dubro foam, and that may have been a mistake. So anyway, I will let the video finish so you can see that the jello is basically gone. I just have some instabilities of the platform. I have never balanced the props. I finally did put the prop spacers in all of the platforms yesterday for the first time. On the hexacopter flame wheel and on the 650 quad. Other than that, I've been running them just by putting the props on, tightening them down as much centered as they felt like. Never was a problem. And this really wouldn't be a problem for FPV hobby flying. I'm not going to be taking pictures for real estate companies or anything like that. And if I were, I would probably use the gimbal on the flame wheel. So I'll probably balance the props. I may balance the engines, motors. Been a long day. And see if I can get this shake out of it as best I can. Not going to spend a lot of time on it. This is basically finished except for figuring out the battery configuration when the other two batteries get here in a week or less. So I'll let you finish watching this out, and just after this there's a little 12-second video or show, video 12 seconds or so, that shows the Dubro foam mounted Mobius, and it really is rocking around a lot. I'm going to change that tomorrow to the thinner foam and see what that does. And then if I'm not satisfied with that, I'll balance the props. Not satisfied with that, I'll balance the motors. Okay, let's look at the same parameters on the quad. Voltage over the 5 minutes, 12.6. Well, drops to 11 kind of quick. Again, this isn't calibrated. I'm going to have to calibrate the voltage and current sensors on both platforms again. So this was another auto takeoff. Loiter forever. And at the 5 minutes, when my alarm went off on my RC transmitter, I just put her in auto land. See if I could get a 5-minute craft out of it. And I tried to remove some of the jello from the video, which we saw a lot of the jello came out, but there's still shake. I'll speak about that more in a second. Look at the current. I'd say that peaks about 40 amps. Basically in the 34 amp to 34 to 40 amp current, which is fine on the battery. Not too sure about the motors. I'm going to have to check that out on the motors. Voltage and current together. See, go to our GPS. Oops, go to the IMU. Ah, the APM doesn't have that. So we'll have to look for some of these in another area. That's not altitude. Huh. Looks like the APM doesn't give as much data as the Pixhawk does. That's pretty well. Let's be live. Oh, this looks like this may be. I thought this might be velocities. Parameters. Huh, how about that? On the APM 2.6 you just don't get as much. Oh well. Switching mostly to Pixhawk anyway. Look at the flight data.